The week after my brother's wedding felt like the house itself had changed. The rooms were the same, the curtains the same faded pattern, but the air felt thinner, as if every corner held a quiet accusation. After Tom packed his bags and left with his new wife, I stayed behind with Mom. I loved the way she had raised me. I never forgot the long nights she worked, and how she kept us afloat after Dad passed. Still, lately her behavior pushed me farther than I expected. Even though I supported her financially, she began to pull away from me in a way that stung. It wasn't just the coldness. It was the sudden, sharp way she treated me, like I'd become an annoyance instead of her daughter. And it hurt more knowing Tom and Catherine had a hand in it. I felt anger rise up in me, a hot promise that I'd make them pay back twice as hard for what they'd done. My name is Emily. I'm 25. My father died a few years ago, and Tom, who is 10 years older, has always been the kind to take his place, until now. After his marriage, he moved out, and for a while it was just Mom and me. At first, I was glad to have her all to myself, but the reality of living together grew heavier. After I got a steady job, she quit her part-time work and sank into a lazier routine. She expected meals on demand, clean clothes, someone to run errands. When I had money, she treated it like an endless supply. "Emily, isn't dinner ready yet?" she'd call. "I'm out of money this month. Give me an extra $200. The asks came in a stream. Sometimes I wanted to say no. Most times I gave in. People told me to move out, to start fresh, and leave the bitterness behind. I thought about it often. But Mom was the last family I had here. She raised Tom and me on her own. She buried our father. I could not throw her away. Catherine made it clear she didn't want to live with Mom, so Tom had never offered to step up before. I wouldn't abandon her. Still, I am human. I have limits. One evening, tired from work and frustrated by missing money from my wallet, I snapped. "Hey, Mom, some money from my wallet is missing. Did you take it again?" I asked, voice sharper than I meant. I could tell I sounded ugly. She blinked, then shrugged. "I just wanted some clothes. I borrowed it." "Borrowed?" I shot back. "You've never paid me back for anything. Stop taking it without asking. Do you even know who you have to thank for raising you like this?" She answered with a sting. "You've been so annoying." Her words hit me harder than the missing cash. I told her I was grateful. I told her I knew everything she had done. But that now I was independent, and it was natural to ask for respect, not demands. Her response was the same old line. "Do you realize who you have to thank for growing up?" It always left me speechless. The truth is my salary isn't small. If I handed over $2,000 a month, it wouldn't ruin my life. I always thought the money wasn't the point. It was the expectation that she could do whatever she liked, because I'd always be there to fix it. I couldn't let that continue. Not forever. Then one day I came home from work and found Tom and Catherine in the living room. The last time I'd seen them was at Dad's funeral. "Hey, Emily," Tom said, more casually than I felt comfortable with. "You still have that gloomy look." His voice dripped the same condescension he'd worn since childhood, when he liked to tease and belittle me. "Why are you here, Tom?" "Do I need a reason to visit my parents?" I replied, feeling my cheeks heat. He answered like he'd expected to move back in. "We tore down the house after Dad died. I'm renting this apartment now. Don't be stingy. The family is finally together again." Catherine laughed, the kind of laugh that cut. "Emily, you're so uptight. With that attitude, you'll never find a husband," she said, as if that was the worst thing to call me. Her words were careless, cruel. I retreated to my room and ate dinner alone, while Mom smiled and chatted with them like old friends. It felt like a betrayal watching her light up for the couple who barely visited us before. After that day, Tom and Catherine visited more often, and their behavior in my own home made my skin crawl. They walked in like guests who had every right to lounge wherever they pleased. They treated my apartment like theirs. One afternoon I snapped. "Hey, Tom, what are you doing?" This is my place." He shrugged. "I'm here because I care about Mom," he said, rolling his eyes. "You never reached out after Dad's funeral." His tone implied some moral high ground he never earned. "Cook something," he told me later. "Hurry up." Catherine lounged on my couch and demanded, "I want a cake. Go buy it, Emily." Even Mom joined in, a strange collusion that made me feel like they'd rehearsed. Their sudden kindness toward her after years of distance felt fake. I could read the plan behind their smiles. They acted like the eldest son, and his wife had every right to take charge. I felt used and small, and something in me hardened. Whatever they were planning, it was not for good. Then the blow came. One evening, Mom announced without preamble, "Emily, I've reached my limit living with you. I've decided to end this life with you." For a second, I thought I had misheard. "What do you mean?" I asked. "I can't stand living with someone lazy and unattractive like you anymore. I'm going to live with Tom and Catherine." The words fell like stones. My mouth went dry. The couple who never wanted to live with her suddenly offered to take her in. My shock turned into a cold, nauseous anger. Tom arrived then, as if on cue. "You always said you'd never live with Mom," I cried. "Why now?" He looked down at me with that same air of superiority. "It's only natural for the eldest son to take care of his mother," he said, dismissive. "If you have a problem, that's your issue. Mom will live with us." Catherine nodded, smiling with practiced sweetness. "Yes, Mom needs us. You can leave." My heart felt like a fist. After everything, the years I handled the bills, the nights I stayed up with her when she was sick. She turned on me in a single breath. I felt disgust for Tom's arrogance and bitter at Catherine's false concern. Yet even as the words stung, I kept my voice steady. I refused to create drama. I knew better than to start a fight that could leave Mom worse off. Still, I could not accept being discarded after all I'd done. I confronted Mom quietly later. "Isn't this strange?" I asked. "Tom and his wife never reached out before. Why would they suddenly want to live with you?" She looked at me, and for the first time her words cut deeper than any of Tom's. "If anyone's acting strange, it's you," she said. "Those who leech off their parents should just leave." The moment she said it, whatever tenderness I had left evaporated. How dare she call me a freeloader after all the nights I'd paid bills and cooked meals? I'd supported her when Dad died. I'd kept the house afloat. But anger has a way of sharpening plans. I told myself they could mock me now, laugh and enjoy their victory. Because in a week, they would face a little hell of their own. I began to plan. I would make them regret their scheming. I would make sure they felt the sting of humiliation twice as hard. Then I would leave. I promised myself I would walk away with my head high. The three of them sat together, smirking, whispering like conspirators. Mom's face had a strange light, as if she were relieved. Tom leaned back confidently, his chest puffed in that old way. Catherine smiled with the satisfaction of someone who'd gotten what she wanted. Then, almost teasing, Tom said to me with that smug grin I'd come to hate, "Emily, you're finally leaving the house. Mom, you must be so happy." My brother commented, "I truly am. Now. I can live with Tom and Catherine. I'm on top of the world. From now on, I'll be the one taking care of Mom. Thank you, Tom. I'm also happy that I can live with my beloved mother-in-law. From now on, oh, thank you, to Catherine." My mother chimed in. The three of them continued their frivolous conversation, to be honest. I was struggling not to laugh at that moment. But I couldn't let them think that I had any leeway to execute my revenge perfectly. It's best to lay low for now. From that day on, my brother and his wife seemed to be constantly in my apartment. As for me, it was as if I were invisible to them. Or rather, they treated me as if I never existed in the first place. However, this was advantageous. For me, because I wasn't bothered at all while preparing to move out a week later. It was my moving day the moment he opened his mouth. Tom said, "Today is the day we part. With ways? Emily will be taking care of Mom from now on, so you can live without any worries, thank you. I'm leaving Mom in your hands, okay?" I replied calmly. After stating it so casually, Tom seemed somewhat unsatisfied with my response. Then my mother approached. "I hope you get married soon, Emily. It'd be shame to remain single for the rest of your life, wouldn't it? You know? The whole society would call a person like you a loser now to surprise Tom and his wife." Snickered at my mother's words. I responded calmly. "That's true. From now on, I've decided to live just for myself. I mean, I know, longer have to take care of you now, right? Just stop talking and get out. I never asked you to look after me." I was gonna leave quickly anyway. "Oh, seems like they're here. I've heard the doorbell ring." So I headed to the entrance. It was the movers from the moving company I had scheduled for today, after having them carry out all the belongings for my room. I pointed to the living room and told the movers, "Oh, and please move all the appliances, and furniture in these rooms too." The dumbfounded voices of the three harmonized perfectly. They were completely confused at what was happening. That TV, the fridge, the microwave, oh, and this cleaning robot too. Also the sofa, dining table, and the bed, please move. Everything. I continued. Then my mother began to argue. What are you thinking? Stop this immediately." "What do you mean? Am I doing something strange? Don't play dumb. Taking all the appliances and furniture from this house. Have you lost your mind?" My brother, whose face was as red as a tomato, approached me aggressively. "You listen to Mom. How do you expect us to live without any furniture or appliances? You have no right to take everything. Leave everything here and just go." My mother and brother were squawking in front of me, thinking I shouldn't waste any more time. I clarified the situation to the two. "Hey, are you getting the wrong idea or something? Everything in this apartment, including the apartment itself and all its appliances and furniture, all mine. You know, this is Mom's place, right? Don't mess with me. All the furniture and appliances were bought using the inheritance from Dad, weren't they?" I knew it. He's just an ID. Yet, as I had anticipated, he misunderstood and believed that my mother was financing everything in my apartment. He assumed that she had received a lot of inheritance from my father and had cleverly convinced them to live with her. "Tom, aren't you misunderstanding? Something. I bought everything. In here, I've been giving Mom a monthly support of $22. Darrow, you know? Thus those losses. You just want to live with Mom, don't you? Someday I'll inherit Dad's inheritance." "Huh. What are you talking about?" "Mom used up all of Dad's inheritance a long time ago." Tom nervously glanced at our mother. She was looking down, her face pale. "Mom, please explain. You told us you bought all the appliances in here." I demanded while I was just trying to look good. "Huh. What do you mean by that? We only moved in with you because we thought there was an inheritance from Dad. If there's no inheritance, what's the point of living together?" Tom protested. "Wait, what are you saying? Didn't you say you take care of me? Because you're the eldest son." "I was just trying to be nice. I lied. So that we can live together." Upon learning that there was no remaining inheritance, Tom was furious, and my mother was deeply shaken by the realization that the kindness shown by Tom and his wife was all fake. What a hopeless family. My mother should have suspected something when Tom and his wife, who hadn't been in touch for a while, suddenly proposed living together. If Tom had been in touch, he would have known sooner that there was no inheritance left from Dad. As I gave the two cold looks, Tom's wife seemed to have an idea and spoke up. "I've got it. It would be great if Emily could live with us again." To this, my mother and Tom both agreed, saying, "That's right, Emily. You should live with us after all." "Yes, Emily, I really do need you," Tom added, seeing the drastic change in their attitude as they began speaking for their own convenience. I quickly dismissed them. Right away, saying, "What are you even saying? Don't make me laugh. There's no way I'd live with trashy people like you. All I've decided to live only for myself, from now on whatever happens to you. All I couldn't. Careless, but why don't you? I'll just happily ruin your lives together." The three of them completely. Drained of energy, sat down on the spot as if their knees gave away all three. Had empty eyes goodbye. "Dear best as a family," I said and closed the front. Door in just another 2 weeks. The lease for the apartment would end. Because it's under my name. They'll probably be forced to leave when the lease is up. Well, it's none of my business anymore about a week. After I successfully moved as expected, I received a call from my mother asking for help, Emily. "Please, I can't live properly like this, come back. There's no way I'm coming back. Why don't you have that idiotic couple take care of you, actually? It seems they quit their work and moved here thinking, Estelle, had your father's inheritance, they really are terrible people, aren't they? I don't even feel like helping out at all. I don't mean a couple who only thinks about money anymore. All I have is you, Emily, Mom. I'm busy. Can I hang up now? Please. Emily, help me." I H up the call before she could finish and blocked her number. I no longer feel the urge to help my mother. Especially not now rumor has that my mother and Tom's family got evicted from the apartment after that incident. They ended up spending all of Tom's savings to move into a shabby apartment. Apparently my mother doesn't work, and she argues with Catherine almost every day. Tom is the only one who's a job working, from dawn till dusk, just to make ends meet. As for me, after distancing myself from my mother, I've been able to save more money and use it for my own needs. After all these sacrifices I've made in the past, I want to lead a life that makes me happy from now on.